Module 6, Managing Workbook Data, Part 5, starting on page 6-16. And the final lesson in this chapter would be working with grouped worksheets, which I told you was coming up next, and here we are. This activity has us start over on the Worldwide Worksheet tab. Worldwide. We were on International. And if you, this little trick I'm going to teach you now is probably one of the more important things that you'll learn that applies everywhere in computers. So if I want to choose the the whole set of somethings, the whole set from A to Z or 1 to a million, I can listen now what it's going to be. Click, shift, click. I'll click the first one and then I'll press down and hold the shift key. Look down and find the shift key and then click the last one. Click, shift, click. And what I did was to select the first one, the last one, and everyone in between. Click, shift, click. I can do the same thing the other direction. Let's say I want these rows. Click, shift. I don't know if you heard it. It's not that loud a keyboard. And click, click, shift, click, and I selected all. Very, very handy. Works in File Explorer. Honestly, I don't know if it works in Finder, but I bet it does. Very handy. Alternatively, and if you look in the little quick tip box on the left-hand side, if I don't want all of them, but I want some of them, I do click Control click. Not click Shift click, but click Control click. So let me say I want every other one, say. So I clicked on the first one, pressed down the Control key, and my finger's still pressing down on that Control key, and click as many as I want. And, whoop, sorry. Ah, now how am I going to undo that? Ah, phooey. Let me try it again. Click, Control, click, 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 click. That's all I want. Left my both fingers up. Click, Shift, click, takes them all. Click, Control, click, takes only the ones you choose. Exceedingly handy. We can apply that same skill to worksheets. I'll click the first worksheet, press down the Shift key and hold it, and click the last one, and now I have selected all 3 worksheets. And I can tell that because they're all white. Shaded, if you shaded them a color, oh, let me just shade one a color just for fun. Haha. You remember when you did that? So now if you select them all, they're not all going to be white. They're all going to be whatever color they're supposed to be. And you remember that the one that's shaded, full shading is the one you're on, but the one that's shaded only, the one you're not on is fully shaded, and the one you're on is only half shaded and see-through. Anyway, so let's go back to here. Click, Shift, click, select all the worksheets. And what we want to do, anything we do now is going to happen to all 3 worksheets at the same time. So I want to insert a subtotal row. I'll go to row 2, go up to the Insert tab, because I want to insert, a row. Insert. And, I'm on the Home tab. Wait. I just want to insert on the Home tab, and then come over to here. And if I click the word or the picture icon, then I will get a row. Or I can click the drop-down arrow, and I can say what I want to insert. So I'll insert a row. And what happened is I got a new row with the same format as the previous row, the one above it or ahead of it. While row 1 though is been merged and centered already, row 2, the new inserted one, is not, which you can tell because each cell is still being individually recognized. So the next thing I want to do then is merge and center that one also. So I'm going to select across and merge and center. And now you'll see my little delay. Let's type revenue. Type revenue. That's what they want. And it will be centered because we said merge and center. Now when you get, the problem is when you get over to this international tab, we only did up through M. Remember over here? We did through M. And this international tab now has up through R because we inserted the quarter total. So um, don't worry about it. In the grand scheme of things, that's the least of our problems. It's fixable. We'll just keep going. So if you want to ungroup the worksheets, oh, did I show you all three of them say revenue now? You see? Okay. If I ungroup, I can right click and uh, I couldn't ungroup the worksheets because they were already ungrouped. Let me regroup them there. Okay, you can tell because they're all white or colored, whatever. Right click and ungroup. There we go. So that's how you ungroup the sheets. And we're going to do one more thing though. So let me regroup them. And now I'm going to go up. Now this time I'm going to insert something, a new something. So insert way over on the right hand side in the text group is header and footer. And since I already did this before once, it's already there. They said in the center, type your name. So I did. And then you can click anywhere to get out of the header. Remember, you have the header section and the footer. Header and footer sections are separate from the text sections. Yep. And then we're actually down on the, if you look down on the right hand side, we're on the page layout view, which is what opens when you go to header footer. But I don't know, I don't like working in that view quite so much. Sometimes it's handy. So I'm just going to go back to the normal view, which is actually on step 4 is where we're at. And then I'm going to press Control Home. That will take me back to cell A1. Alternatively, I could go up here to the name box and type A1 and go there also. First I typed AI, that's why it didn't work. So I'm back at A1, which is a Merchant Center box. Okay, now then, a third thing we're going to do, this is on step 5, and are my worksheets still grouped? Yes, they are. Let's go to the print menu, which is either Control P or File Print. If we were in the live classroom, you'd be hearing me saying all kinds of shortcut keys and you would just pick them up by osmosis because I would say them all so many times, but it's not as convenient online. So anyway, there are lots of settings for how it's going to print. It will show us a print preview, what it's going to look on the screen, and we have 4 screens, but look at what happened here. We're only up to October on that one, and November, December on a new sheet. So we need to fix that. We don't want to have that falling off to the other page. So the last item here is scaling, and we're going to fit all columns on one page. Fit all columns on one page. And now that 4th page is gone because it's all on 3 pages. And then the other thing we'll do, did this need to be done? Probably not, but whatever. Oops, it was set at normal, I guess, or what, I don't know what it was set at before I did this the first time. Anyway, they said to change it to 0.5 all around. So we'll go to custom margins. Notice on this dialog box that there are 4 tabs worth of stuff to play with in page setup. We're just going to do these. You could either click the up and down arrows. We want to do top bottom. And what I found out the first time I did it is the left and right don't have a 0.5. They go different numbers. So I'll select it. I'm going to type 0.5 over here. And then I'll type 0.5 over here. And yeah, the header and footer we'll just leave. I don't need to mess with those. And I don't want to center it on the page horizontally and vertically. I could, don't want to. And there are more options. So many things to play with. Anyway, and we'll click OK. And so now let's look at our 3 pages, the way they're set up to print. The whole thing's on one page and the margins are, 0.5 and it looks nice. Looks nice, right? To get back to the regular spreadsheet, of course, we can press the escape key or use the back arrow in the upper left-hand corner. and we should save again. And that, my friends, is the end of Module 6. Not so bad, eh?